What's going on, everyone? Nick Neon here, and today I'm bringing you to infamous house from the past. Back in the 1950s, the events that took place in this house spawned the idea for the Poltergeist franchise, the horror movies. Back in, I think it was 1956 or 1958, there was a family called the Herman family who lived in this house. And they reported that paranormal activity was happening in the house. Like the lights were flickering, and if I remember correctly, like bottles were the bottle caps were popping off of their bottles randomly in the middle of the night and whatnot. It was a mom, dad, and two children who I think were like 7 and 8. You could do your research online. You could read the whole entire story or whatnot. But one thing that I did find interesting is that I did not see any videos of anybody going to actually visit the house. I haven't seen it. So I took it upon myself to do my own research and find out where the house is. And I found the address, and I finally found it. But when I first went to visit it, I could not find it. And that was because I realized that it looks totally different today. But there are different ways that I found that you can verify that that is the right house. And I'm going to take you there right now. I'm going to show you what I mean. But this is the original, what I call the Poltergeist house, what the Daily News called the Herman House. It looks a little different today, but I'm going to show you why that is the house. And yeah, it's still a piece of history, a haunting history. And it's very interesting to know that this house, it just seems like a lot of people forgot about it. Not many people talk about it as much. The Amityville Horror House is way, way more notorious than this house has ever become. But if you do your research, you will find the articles. They talk about how it was in Seaford, New York. This is the actual house. So let's go see. Right now, we are just on the borderline of Seaford, actually. So I'm going to show you. So right now, I'm turning onto Washington Avenue off of Sunrise Highway. And as you can see, this is the Seaford train station. And we're going to go down this way, down Washington Avenue, until we get to Redwood Road. Yeah, so my dumbass passed it. So what I had to do is turn around, and it's coming up here on the right now. Make a right on. Wait a minute. Oh, change the name. So what I'm actually going to be doing is making a left on Oakwood, and then that will approach Redwood Street, and then you will see the house straight ahead. Once we make a left on Oakwood, you will see the house straight ahead. What's this? Here's Oakwood right here. Left. And right here straight ahead, that tall house right there, that is the original Poltergeist house, the Herman House. Now there's a lot of... There's a few pictures online. Oh, look at that car. I'm going back in time, huh? All right, so I parked on the side of the street. So this is the original Herman House, which is the original Poltergeist house. Now, it used to be a one-story house like the houses next to it are. And it looks like over the years somebody has built it up and added a story to the top and made it a two-family or whatnot. I'm not sure, but they definitely added to the top and made it taller. Now, there's only a few photos online of the original house, but I'm going to show them here. And I'm going to show you from this angle that was taken by the Daily News why this is the original house. Now, I'm going to move over to the same spot that the photo was taken in originally. Look at it from this angle. You would see that there was a light, a lamppost on the curb like this. And you see how the grass at the bottom is for a little bit and then it breaks to the sidewalk? That's how you know that this is the house, from this exact angle. It looks very similar from the bottom, but they definitely made this house taller. But this is the original house. And that is the proof right there. All right, I don't want to be a fucking creep now, but I'll go around. All right, so now when I go back around this bend onto Redwood Path, the house is going to be on my left. And that is it, people. That is the Herman House. All right, so a lot of times when you make videos like this, when you're trying to show houses from the past, 90% of the time, somebody is living in them today. They don't stay vacant forever after an event happens or whatnot. So one thing you have to take into consideration is that somebody lives there. So, I mean, I wouldn't want somebody coming by my house and filming either, so I understand, you know what I mean? But I don't give out the addresses when I make these videos and whatnot. But at the same time, you can go online and you can look these up. This is like public information. Anybody can look up and see where an infamous house is, you know what I mean? Combine the photo that I show from the 1950s with the present day video that I'm showing you now, and you'll see that they align and they line up. But yeah, when I first originally came here, I couldn't find it because of that reason, because they actually did some work to it and it looks different. But when I went on Zillow, it says that the original house was built in 1953, and yes, that house was built in 1953. So that also verified it somewhat. And all the houses around it are still one story, but that one stands out like a sore thumb kinda because it's so tall compared to the others. I don't know if they did that on purpose so people don't realize that this is the house, or that's just what the people wanted to do, you know? I hope you enjoyed my video. Tune in for the next one.